If you spend enough time around homeless people, you begin to see the world through their eyes.
Hey, we got to talk about the trash.
Nobody in this world owes you a frickin' thing.
You know, just make the noise go away, make it dark, I can't take it, you know.
You know, we found these dead bodies.
So somebody like dumped her body or something.
Meth came into the picture and it screwed up the homeless world because now everybody's up walking around at midnight and looking like zombies.
This all started one day in October when the coffee shop I usually go to ran out of parking spaces. I found a spot by the train tracks with a path leading into the forest, and I followed it. As I got to the tracks, I began to hear music, and I followed that too. It led me somewhere unexpected, a camp of homeless people jamming in a tent. That's when I met Bruce and everyone else at the Hobo Jam Studios. I didn't realize it at the time, but when I crossed over those tracks, I crossed over into the homeless world. The tracks run along one of the most commercialized streets in Austin, and it happens to be where my friend Paul lives. So one day, I brought him along with me to help film.
Because like in the woods, I don't know, man. We're like, oh, they have nice cameras. We're homeless. We're in the woods.
Yeah.
Give me your shit.
As I came back to my car, I noticed this little ravine here. When I saw the railroads, I'm like, I want to check out what this is. And here.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Clyde? I brought a friend this time.
The first time I ventured into the woods, I ran into a man on the path named Clyde. In our first conversation, Clyde told me about his plans to collect trash in the forest as part of a mission to work with the Austin City Council and eventually become a game warden.
And they say they'll quit harassing us if we start listening and keeping our camps clean. See how nice and tidy, and it's not perfect, but it's nice and neat. And I told everybody, I said, you know, we found these dead bodies. We found this Mexican woman that was in a nursing home.
So somebody like dumped her body or something.
Well, most of them were drug overdoses, but the Spanish woman, she'd come up missing. She just wandered away, and nobody was paying attention. And we found her in 2 days. I got her on the airstream, and I told everybody, the citizens, that they ought to be ashamed of themselves. We never asked for nothing in return. We do got to have water, and I told everybody I'd give them $1,000 if they can prove that their water bill is affected by us, because we don't use that much water.
He seemed ambitious, maybe a bit too ambitious, so I kept my distance. I felt more comfortable around Bruce's camp, so I took Paul there.
Yeah.
Why do people choose to camp in like downtown or like under the bridge or something?
I don't know, because they're stupid. That's what I think, because I like to hide. Out of sight, out of mind. You know, if you're out in their view, they're going to see you.
And fuck with you, yeah.
Yeah, and they give you a bad time. I mean, I'm only homeless because of COVID. I've been out here for 3 years. I've adapted quite well, but I had another boss that I could work for, but he was the only one that gave me a shot, and he was an alcoholic bad. One of those that would get up in the morning drinking vodka thinking, oh, it's water, you know. He almost got me killed twice coming home from work riding with him. Said, I can't do this no more. I'd rather be out on the streets. Hence, I came out on the street. And I've met some good people out here.
Hey, we got to talk about the trash.
All right, dude.
Oh, you told him about the trash?
Yeah, I told him.
The other ones are doing a good job. You can turn the water back to blue in 5 years with these tiles that I invented. If I can get some sponsors, I can make this happen within 5 years. I sure can. I'll give my left arm if I can. If I can't do it, I'll give my left arm. Take it off with me.
You need titanium nets?
Yes. If we can't find a cure to the homeless and get our own city clean, we ain't gonna be able to do it nowhere. Mm-hmm. So that's my goal.
You guys all work together here?
We're all trying to build a.
Well, yeah, we all work together trying to keep the community a community and stuff, and we work hard on trying to keep
community yet, but we're working on it.
Camps like this are only held together as tightly as the bonds between the people living in them. And when those relationships are unstable, chaos erupts.
I give you zero permission to film.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a public place.
I've given you zero permission.
Okay, well then you don't have to be here.
After 4 years in the woods, Bruce has learned to avoid conflict when he sees it. I don't know if the same can be said about Clyde.
It's a short term here on Earth compared to eternity. And somebody like me, I would burn. I don't want to burn. That shit's real. People don't think just because you die, you don't go nowhere. Yeah, you're going to go somewhere. I started at 13 years old, sir. Yeah, I ran away. I was a runaway. After the third time, they just kept me because I had potential. I had skills. Yeah.
This was the last time I saw him at camp.
Across the railroad, there was a place where Clyde normally...
Yeah, Clyde's not here no more.
Yeah,
Because
he got
he's
ran
too
out.
loud.
He got ran out. He was screaming and hollering all the time.
And he was
finally
stealing.
had to tell him, dude,
He
you
was
got to go.
stealing from places right here around, and that's something we don't condone.
Yeah, that's one thing about over here. If I catch people stealing, I'll beat the crap out of them.
After my video on the Hobbits of Austin, Texas, a few locals reached out to me over Instagram, offering to donate clothing and supplies to help keep the forest folk warm during winter. So I took it upon myself to deliver packages to the camp, where I entrusted Bruce and Brandy with distributing the various care packages, clothing, and supplies I would receive. Some of the items were bought specifically for Bruce. Over the course of a few months, I would check in on Bruce and his camp regularly, getting to know him and his family. And as I got closer in some ways, I felt more out of place in others. When filming, I do my best to balance conversation with content, but at times, it felt that I was overstepping my boundaries when recording. Bruce told me that we were friends, and that I didn't have to film every time. Sometimes I'm not sure where to draw the line between friends and subjects for a documentary. I decided that if I was going to continue filming, I had to capture what life was like from their perspective, if only for one night. All right, just got my car packed. Going to be spending a night in the woods with the people I met there, Bruce and his camp. I brought a tent, a blanket, my camera equipment, my phone. I'm going to be live streaming. I'm not even exactly sure why I'm doing this. I guess just to see what it's like to live out there for a night. Fairly quiet here right now. I entered camp around 6 p.m. From there, I began a live stream, which ran for the duration of my stay. All right, so got my tent set up here just outside their camp. This is where people are living, and I'm just a guest, so I'm trying to keep things a little minimal here, but I will be documenting my stay.
Specifically some gun rights.
Aside from the music, things were fairly quiet around camp. That was until we heard the screams in the dark.
Yeah, you are, bitch! I was wrong with you!
Roscoe! Enough! What's going on?
I don't know.
It came from a nearby camp, and it stopped as quickly as it started. Still, it did startle me a bit. When you're out here, hidden from the rest of society, arguments can quickly escalate out of control, creating problems that spill into other camps. It sounds like something similar happened between Bruce and Clyde.
Come over here and listen to them play. They can kick ass.
Clyde was right about one thing, though. When the boys get going, they kick ass. This is JJ, Bruce's drummer. He's the quiet type who lets his instrument do all the talking for him. This is Fish, He shares a nickname with his best friend and trusted companion. He's a killer on the guitar, but he prefers playing bass. If he's not jamming in the woods, you might see him busking on South Congress Avenue or at a nearby CVS.
Well, in all honesty, music is life, because everything in life is a sound and a tone. So when you put it all together, life is one big musical instrument. It's amazing.
This is Bruce's son, Dakota. He lives in an apartment with his girlfriend, and he often comes by camp to hang out with the guys. Dakota's learning music production, and while he's never learned how to formally play guitar, he's a natural at it. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Bruce plays with a few different groups, but I've seen him play the most with these guys. Together, they form a jam metal band he's calling Gimp Finger. Just recently, they got the tools to start recording, and Bruce tells me he's working on an album. Each time I come by, they sound a little better, and I hope that one day I can watch them perform at a live venue.
Hobo Studios Zombie Soundstage.
Oh, it is true, and like
C flat.
Music too. Like I never looked at it like this until recently, but like it is like emotional expression. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man.
Like it certainly has helped me. Probably.
That's why I'm as calm as I am, because I get all my anger out.
It's true. Yeah, you really can like work a lot of things out and sadness or whatever. I never looked at it like that until recently. Sammy, how was your day? See your girlfriend?
As I was getting ready for bed, I heard a familiar voice walk past my tent.
Oh, Carrie, is that you? What are you up to?
At around 3 a.m., I went on a walk through the woods with Carrie, and by the end of it, I was convinced we had walked through the enchanted forest.
Oh, nice. Damn.
That's crazy looking. The cherry tree, probably one of the oldest trees, I'd say, in Austin. I don't know, man. Look at the base of this tree, man. Like, can you get any cooler? And that Richie added the foliage. Get it. Get it, baby. Kill the tree. Kill the tree. Nothing. Get.
When we got back to Carrie's tent, she showed me a few artifacts left behind from past neighbors.
This is specifically for Clyde.
She has this knack for finding beauty in the rubble.
I don't want to be out here. Don't get it twisted. I love nature. Nature's good and all. But I don't like bugs at all. Spiders really creep me out. And today at the transit center, I saw one that could have took my dog out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, huge creature.
Sometimes I wonder how the homeless live out here for as long as they do. For Carrie, I think what keeps her going is her ability to see the light in dark situations. That night, it was cold, but Carrie's fire kept me warm. After talking with her, I got back to my tent and waited with anticipation for the sun to finally rise again.
I appreciate them letting me stay here in their campground area, so I'm gonna be heading out now. It's been a wild ride, but I think I've learned a few things. I think I've learned that it's important to have people that care about you, because when no one else is around and all these systems we've built in the city don't work anymore, when they break down, that's all that's going to be left. And some of these people have learned that a lot sooner than the rest of us.
I was only out there for 14 hours, and I was already ready to go back home. But for them, there was no home to return to. Though my time with them was short, staying with the forest dwellers was a humbling experience that made me more grateful for what I have. Many faces have come and gone through Bruce's camp, but the ones who've stuck around were all drawn together by music.
Almost done. We might be able to do some recording tonight, guys. Oh God, that feels good.
It's so cold outside.
Because the weather outside is weather.
And it's really, really weather.
What's up with that derelict chili right there?
Stupid ass weather. It's my chili, man.
Okay.
I can't provide help for everyone. I don't have the means to, but I have an instrument of my own. my camera. When Bruce and the guys are playing in that tent from dusk till dawn, their music echoes across the woods and over the tracks onto the other side. Maybe they were waiting to be heard by someone like me, someone who can give them a voice, and in turn, they've given me a purpose.
Somebody's gonna attack with you. You're gonna lose your stuff. You're gonna get beat up. You're gonna, something bad's gonna happen. Nothing good happens just being out there on the street.
Bruce and his camp might be unique in the way that they live, but their story is just one of thousands.
We got a homeless shelter. We got free food for bums. Sorry, I hope I'm not offending anyone with my statements, but I'm disgusted.
Where I had an apartment, I had housing. Yeah, it was good until I died.
The city we be smoking weed, we don't give a fuck. Hey, my trunk, nigga, you already know that's what's up. East side, that's where I'm from. Tuba, that's Springdale, aka the house nigga, where I was born, raised in hell.
While living in the forest comes with its own challenges, living on the streets is a whole different beast. Next time, I explore the darker side of the homeless world. Videos like this are made possible by viewers supporting me on Patreon. For just a few dollars a month, you can sign up and get access to exclusive content, audio updates, and more. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for watching. See you next time.